judges and competitors alike. Sorry, just give me a second. That outfit looks great on you. Really brings out your eyes. Ooh, and that hairstyle. Wow, I could never pull something like that off. Competitors and esteemed judges, allow me to introduce myself. I present to you the world's greatest suck-up. That's right, your political beliefs, I agree with those. That paper you wrote, 10 out of 10, awe-inspiring. To say I'm honored to be here would be an understatement. Getting the incredible privilege of standing before you all today is so wonderful, so life-changing, so fake. Just now, I was demonstrating a little habit that actually turns out to be a big problem called people-pleasing. A people pleaser is generally defined as someone with the intense urge to please others, even at their own expense. And despite the fact that everyone in this room has, at least at one point in their lives, suppressed themselves in order to please someone else, it's our urge as young people to go to infinity and beyond that has labeled us as people pleasers, bootlickers, kiss asses, and suck-ups. But it's finally time to end the show, to put away the mess we hide behind and close off this little charade of ours. Today, my dear audience, is the People Pleasers closing act. In order to set the stage for a better future, we have to first understand why we people please and acknowledge how harmful it can be. Next, we'll open the curtain to reveal the real-world issues people-pleasing causes. And finally, we'll take a bow to new solutions that allow us to be more honest in our daily lives and accept ourselves for who we really are. So without further ado, let the show begin. Right off the bat, it's important to understand that people-pleasing isn't an inherent personality trait. It's a defense mechanism we've developed from a young age as a means of earning praise and avoiding conflict. In an article recently posted to MDPI's Encyclopedia of Social Sciences, researchers actually attribute adulthood people-pleasing to childhood conditioning. More than any other age group, children and teens are the most impressionable, and as a result, yearn for higher levels of validation. Whether that be a comment on a job well done, a good grade, or even just a supportive smile from someone they love, children need to feel accomplished in order to build self-esteem and develop emotional intelligence. Their mental image of themselves is literally dependent on the people around them. So it's not so hard to see why kids are so eager to please. But how does this need for validation expand into full-blown people-pleasing behaviors? The answer to that is the age-old concept of conditional love. I assume that many of us in this room had strict parents growing up, seeing that you're currently spending your weekends in uncomfortable suits, bored out of your minds in a classroom of all places. My point is, it's exactly this authoritarian, earn your keep way of teaching children that pushes them into this actor-audience mentality. Many parents are quick to educate their children that if they want something, they must give something in return. And while this concept isn't inherently bad, sharing is caring is a pretty good motto. It teaches children that the love and approval of others they crave must be bought. Suddenly, it's not about giving up your favorite toy car or a turn on the swings anymore. It becomes the degradation of personal morals, boundaries, and comfort for the sole sake of feeling needed. Now that we've discussed why we people please, it's time to shed the spotlight onto the harm it causes. Because we learn people-pleasing behaviors from such a young age, the repercussions are everywhere. From medicine to psychology, from media to personal life. Just look at social media. Videos of teens doing the same dance over and over again as a means of being trendy and in. Heck, if you even look up the word people pleaser on TikTok, you'll get over 124 million posts. Some with billions of views of people venting their frustration at this monotony. And unfortunately, we've gotten to the point where our immediate reaction to these kinds of posts is a tired, Hashtag relatable. The research into this phenomenon isn't positive either. According to the American Psychological Association, individuals who consider themselves chronic people pleasers report higher levels of anxiety, emotional exhaustion, and stress-related physical symptoms. In our modern society, where the words work and home blend uncomfortably into one, it's those in the workforce especially that deal with the worst aspects of people-pleasing behaviors. In a 2023 University of Michigan study, researchers found that employees who fail to disagree with others in the workspace are 76% more likely to experience anxiety and depression. Similarly, a Deloitte US study found that 61% of Gen Z workers avoid setting boundaries in the office because they're afraid of disappointing those around them. We are so scared to say no that we willingly live our lives with a psychological spell checker, editing our every word to be more agreeable. We live in a world of passive voice. People-pleasing doesn't just exhaust us. It contorts us beyond recognition. I know this because I've experienced this contortion firsthand. For the majority of my life, people have known my name, but not because I was the smartest kid in the room or the first to raise my hand to answer a question. No, I was India, the teacher's pet. And take it from a certified professional, it's hard to earn a title like that. The teacher needs volunteers. I always have time. They need to get a note to the main office, and I'm sprinting there before class. They need to send emails, collect paperwork, counteract the class clown who never does any work during group projects. And I'm there. I'll admit it. I was that annoying kid who reminded the teacher there was homework. I am so sorry. And every single day, I was exhausted. But at least my teachers liked me, right? They smiled at me, and my classmates did not. That's the thing about being a people pleaser. You can't please everyone, but you will kill yourself trying to. So while I thought I was building bridges between myself and my community, I was actually building walls, stopping myself brick by brick from connecting with others personally. In attempting to be more likable, I became a person that I couldn't even like. So how can you and I break out of this people-pleasing mentality we've been raised into? I know that we can't get rid of people-pleasing overnight, but there are still ways to kick it off center stage for an act or two. First, it's incredibly important to set boundaries between yourself and other people. If you're uncomfortable doing or saying something, you shouldn't feel pressured to for the sake of someone else. Similarly, it's important to surround yourself with people who love you, for you, as Taylor Swift so eloquently states. If you're a people pleaser, like most of us, you try to adapt yourself to the signals other people are giving off. It's not about changing the fact you're a people pleaser. It's about surrounding yourself with people who aren't critical. And speaking of being critical, try and give honest compliments and suggestions when you can. Remember, you don't have to agree with someone in order to respect them and the work that they do. And finally, if you want to be real with others, you first have to be real with yourself. What do you stand for? Not what some politician or Instagram model says you should. The fight against people-pleasing will take a long time. And it won't be as easy as saying yes to everything. But once we can finally learn to appreciate ourselves in a world that has taught us not to, we can begin to see how beautiful a life on our terms can be. So, let's try this again. Hi, my name is India. I like to read and make up dumb nicknames for my brother. Despite my name, I seriously can't handle spicy foods. I really do like your outfit. Maybe we can talk about it sometime. And I join speech not for people to agree with me or or to pretend to be someone I'm not, but because I love talking to people, face to face. And I hope to do it more often with people just like me, who speak their minds regardless of who's listening. Thank you.